Welcome to One Club Champ. We are in the year 2029, 2030 season, losing count there. And it's been an entire season since our last update. We got very into the last season and just basically gave no video updates apart from the first one at the start of the season. So let's give you a little look at how we finished last year. Right there in 15th place in the Premier League, Aylesbury United. Now it looks like it wasn't much of a struggle, finishing on 44 points, 10 points above the relegation zone. But let me tell you, with like 5 games to go, we were not in a good place at all. So we finished with, on 15th place in the league. And if we go to our schedule, let's have a quick look at the games from last year. As you can see, August, no league wins, 4 league losses and only a Carabao Cup 1-0 home win against Gillingham that could get us through. Moving into September, we picked up our first Premier League win as the Ducks and then followed it up with a couple of draws. Go into October and we had a couple more wins, so we had a little boost through September and October. Then it all started to fall apart. After some pretty crucial wins at home, by the way, look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 home games in December. A couple of cup games, but we did nicely. Then here comes the run. In January, we lost February, lost March, lost. But if you look here, this 1-0 win against Burnley and then this crucial away win to Newcastle, they were huge in helping us stay up. Then the team that we did the league double over, Chelsea, beat them 4-0 at home. And Jan Moravec, well, let's have a little look at him. Jan Moravec came in as a wonder kid and he was our record buy on 13 million. And I've never seen it before in Champ, but 6 times the guy missed training because he was out at Niche or the Lounge or St James's. He was in one of those clubs, but 6 times he had to be disciplined for not turning up to training and missing games. So as you can see right here, he managed 8 league goals and an average rating of 6.86. And you can see here, Real Madrid have come in for a little loan bid. So we said, well, if you pay us 1.2 million and cover his wages, you can have him. So we sent him off. We then followed up the 4-0 win against Chelsea with a home point. This one point against Everton at home was the point that kept us up. And then beat West Brom away from home and then had a 2-0 home loss to finish the season. So we stayed up and we got the big news. Big news was that we are looking at getting a stadium because we are still at Adams Park on 13,000 seats. And now we find ourselves basically in our second season in the Premier League. So who knows where that ground is going to be. There were no other details other than they said Chesham. So I'm hoping that they put it in the right town and build a stadium and bring the Ducks home. That was the whole hashtag for the start of this career. And we find ourselves in the Premier League now. We want a stadium in Aylesbury so that the home Aylesbury fans can go watch. All right, let's get on to transfers because I know that that's the biggest update of them all. So last year we went through and who did we buy? Yes, we had Neymar, didn't do anything, barely played. Carizio, if you have a look here, he did really well. He's been our left back. He had a great season for us. He's not attacking. And we can see that he's a no-nonsense fullback. So it's kind of like, we're asking him to be doing marauding runs down the left, and he has no desire to do it. Christian Hillstrom came in, had a very good season as a 20-year-old, doing his first year in England. Jack Grealish actually did fine last year at 33. We signed January Thomas Espina, a ball-playing defender from Watford. We spent 5 million on that, and then we brought in Alexander Anderson on loan, another no-nonsense centre-back. In terms of transfers out, we said goodbye to an Aylesbury legend, Abubakar Sako. He is an icon in Buckinghamshire. We signed him on a free from Inter Milan and scored pretty much 60 league goals, 58 to be precise, across 3 seasons. We gave him a little go in the Premier League. And look, he scored 1 goal from 3 starts. But to be honest, if you look at the players we got in, we said, right, writing's on the wall for you, sunshine. 2.8 million off your pop to Slovian Bratislava. So thanks for your service, Abubakar Sako. You are an icon in Aylesbury. You can get into niche whenever you want, wearing trainers if you need be. Okay, so let's go to the transfers from this season, because we have basically travelled to the ends of the earth to find players that have come in. Let's introduce you to Vlad Alexandru Aditya Sekan. Now, he's a centre-back, enthusiastic one at that, with a fickle personality, and he will play. He's a Romanian international at 20 years old, and we picked him up from VC Viitorul, and we gave them 4.8 million. We had a little look because Man City were also sniffing around, so once we got in there, I think he's going to be an outstanding centre-back. You know, look at these ball-playing technique, tackling on 15, passing 12, heading 13. He's 6'1", good physicals, good mentals. I'm very happy with that at 4.8 million. Let's go to the next player from the transfer market. Here we go. This guy is could be the best player in the save. Introduce you to Marcelo Dias Funchal. 21 million. He is a 6'6" Brazilian advanced forward with the 5-star potential, some outstanding player traits, likes to round the keeper, tries long range free kicks and doesn't dive into tackles. He is, well, look at his pre-season, 6 goals in 4 games. At 6'6" and 19 years old, he has got a description as a wonder kid. We are ecstatic to welcome Marcelo, which one should we say? Marcelo, to Aylesbury at 21 million, becomes the record buy. Good stats, and we've given him the number 10 jersey. So here's hoping that he's going to be a legend for the club, and not like Jan Moravec, who has spent his time in niche. Let's have a little look at Lorik Mbayo. He's a 23-year-old regen who is sitting in the reserves at Paris Saint-Germain. 13.5 million. We didn't pay that at all. We paid 6.75. If you can see, look, he's just never really been given a go in the team. But he's got really good stats for what we want, which is an attacking fullback. And then he doesn't have the full role and duty of a wing back, but he has great crossing at 14, tackling at 16. He's got the work rate at 12, some good physicals. I really like this guy. I think he's going to be pretty good. We've got him on 42 grand a week as well, so I'm happy with that. Again, let's look at some more players that we've brought in. So we got a right back in Lorik Mbayo. Here's our left back, another Brazilian. He is worth 22 million. He's a 25-year-old. He is a complete wing back. He is a cultured fullback. Brings the ball out of defense. Crossing of 16, dribbling of 17, technique of 15. I mean, he could be an unbelievable fullback for us. If you see, he's only new to the game. He only played 4 games for Gremio, and we dropped 14 million on him, and he is now worth 22. I have a real good feeling about Gerson. We gave him the number 3, of course, as the left back in our team. Now, again, we have Carrizo, who's the Argentinian lad, but he's more of the away, like, no-nonsense fullback. Here's Paul Stewart. Now, Paul Stewart is a 20-year-old Scottish lad. He's got 2 caps already. Again, great stats, 5-star potential. He was playing in the 2nd division of France for Châteauroux. All right, and here we go. Look, picked him up on a free transfer. He could be outstanding for us. So there's Paul Stewart. We needed centre-backs. Japhet Tanganga can't hang it anymore. He's 30 years old and he broke his leg last season. So here's another lad, Victor Bagnek. He's gone straight into the under-23s. Promising centre-back at 6'2", Cameroonian, 18-year-old. Picked him up on a free. Let's see if he will stat up for us. He's got 3.5 stars. As you can see, there's been a bit of a trend here. 2 new fullbacks and definitely some centre-backs coming in. Darko Stamankovic, 5-star potential. He was playing for Selec, not Tom Selec, but Selec out in Bosnia-Herzegovina, and smashed in 36 league goals for them. So on a free transfer, he will hopefully develop into a promising forward, and he's in our under-23s. We took a Barcelona kind of young keeper on loan. We won't go into too much detail about him. He's our backup goalkeeper. Here's a loanee that we will talk about, Gerald Alabasta, who is at Benfica. Now, if we look at he started at Brighton and Brighton never gave him a go. Signed again for Benfica and has hardly played. So if you look at this as an out-and-out left winger, he fits our formation perfectly. Left foot only, so maybe we could train him up. But we're paying him £875 a week for the loan deal. So I really like this guy. Welcome to the club, Gerald Alabasta. And then we've just brought in 2 new little guys. Here's Peter Kovacic, 4.5-star potential attacking midfielder. I think this guy's going to do really well. When we were away from home last year, we sometimes played 4-4-1-1, and we looked for the kind of a shadow striker. So he will come in, and then we've taken on Valdir, another Brazilian, on loan for the season, paying him £6,500 a week. Again, gives us that option in the shadow striker role. So they are our transfers. And we said goodbye to Jan Moravec, as you can see. We said goodbye, obviously, to Jose Pardo. We sold him for 6.75, rising up to 8. Never really cut it for us. Did okay in the Championship, but for the Premier League, we now have some great striking options. So we are now about to... Oh, and there you go, Nico Williams. I know some of you have said that Nico Williams is an outstanding player, and on my game it has just not been the case. Let's have a look. Nico Williams, we sold him for 13k. His contract was running out. If you look, he's just not done it for Aylesbury. Look at that, 15, no assists last year, 10 games, 6.68 rating. He might be great on your save, but on mine he has failed to live up to the expectations. So we bring ourselves now to our game. First game of the season. Who do we have? It's only Chelsea away. This is our formation. We have Potler. Let's look at Potler. He's on 14 million. He's 6'5". He managed to score only 6 league goals. He found the step up pretty deep, pretty hard for him last year. And then we do have our Brazilian wonder kid at 6'6". So we have a 6'6" and 6'5" striker. Juan Carlos. Here's a Maloleki. He's doing all right, is Maloleki, for us, the South African 22-year-old. Funny enough, he missed out on being called up for the African Cup of Nations, so that was good for us. The back line of Gerson, Mbayo, Aditya Sekan and Espina. Maluro is still in goal. Here's our Spanish guy. Burnley came in with an offer for 2 million for him. Now, considering he's valued at 5.25, we said no thank you. Here is our other striking option, Carlos Rodriguez. Again, 4-star potential. Look at these finishing, 17, dribbling, 18, first touch, 16. He has everything going for him. So I'm hoping that this year is going to be a breakout year for him. He had a great pre-season. Let's have a look. A great pre-season. 7 goals, and he had like 1 start and 4 off the bench. He's playing for Uruguay, so he's got some great opportunities there to stat up in the international scene. Okay, here we go. Chelsea away. We are not the favourites, and that's clear because Chelsea are incredible on this game. Every year they finished 3rd last year, 3rd the season before, 4th, so consistently have always been up there. They have one of the best regens in the game, who's an English guy. He's 40 English caps. This is Craig Laycock at 75 million. Go to our team selection. This is what we're going to go with. Always tough. Chelsea away from home. Here we go. They've got some great players. Sebastian Esposito. Look at this guy, 70 million. On your save, I'm sure he's very good. Chiesa has become a Chelsea legend on this game. 300 appearances across the league. Look at these since they signed him. He's just been an outstanding signing for Chelsea on this game. Momotenko, 51 million regen from Ukraine. Oh, look at this legend. They have got Tonali. He's 29 years old on our game, 70 million. He's just a class defensive central midfielder. And then they've got Sergio Gomez, 80 million, who they signed from Barcelona. I mean, they are stacked. They're giving a debut to a new player that they signed, Clement Boney, and another lad called Atkins Boaki. Alright, time for us to take on Chelsea at Stamford Bridge with our brand new players, our new lineup. I must admit I'd prefer an easier start to the season than Chelsea away from home, but you've got to play everybody twice. So as you can see, we're back to the 2D. Oh, predictable. VAR is going to give Chelsea a penalty in the 5th minute of the first game of the season. So great start for us. But Malheiro has only gone and saved it. Great save, Malheiro, keeping us in the game. Corner to Chelsea. Knocking it around on the outside. If we can steal it back here, we've got a counter-attack. Oh no, here we go. Oh, it's rebounding around. Some great saves there. Chelsea have been all over us so far. Oh, now it's a corner. Gerson. Why are we doing this? I've changed this tactic so many times on corners. Why have we got the fullback taking corners? That is so frustrating that Champ has done that. Pause. Tactics. I'm going to go into tactics. Let's have a look. Corners. Attacking. We have... That is so frustrating. Can Aylesbury gain their composure back? Chelsea pressing. Playing it out to Espina. Espina out to Gerson. Now we get down that left flank. Devastated we would give a silly goal away because of the marking from an attacking corner. Well, it's seemingly looking a little tighter now. Free kick to Chelsea. And you just know when a player when you get the top 6 players and they have a free kick around the box and it goes to key highlights, you know it's going in the back of the net. Great free kick by Sergio Gomez. (2-0) down at half time. And we've conceded from basically our own corner and a free kick. Okay. Gerson's injured. Let's put on Carrizo. And let's see if we can get back in this game. Look at that. 3,000 fans. 3,000 Aylesbury fans have gone away to Chelsea. You know that at least 2/3 of them are Chelsea fans. Oh, there we go. Our wonder kid, Diaz Funchal, scores on his debut. Jarrell Alabaster crosses it in. It just pings off his shin pad into the bottom corner. Solid finish there from Diaz Funchal. Just let it hit you. Alright, Jarrell Alabaster breaks down. Diaz Funchal's got it. Broken away. Oh, good save, Kepa. So there we go. Look, we got 2 at the back on this corner. Oh, we are really pushing Chelsea right now. Uh-oh. Chelsea on the counter. Craig Laycock on the left-hand side. Don't dive in. Chelsea again countering from a long throw from Carrizo. Oh, it's counter. We've got it back. The Ducks have got it back. Out to Carrizo. Whip it in. Oh, just offside. Come on, this is better. Let's demand more from the Aylesbury. Mbayo with the long throw. Oh, we're really pushing Chelsea. Come on, Aylesbury. Can we win it? Time for a little substitution here. Let's take off Hillstrom, and we are gonna put on, let's see, alright, we're gonna put on El Harfi, who's Riyad Mahrez. You know what? We're going to take off Lucas Potler and we're going to make our third sub and we're going to put on Rodriguez. Here we go. We've gambled. We've made all our subs. What can we do? Al Harfi with the corner. Back out to Al Harfi. Not good enough. You've got to be better there to beat Kepa. Maluleki with the ball over the top to Dias Funchal. And it is 2-2. A brace from Dias Funchal on his debut. What a ball. El Harfi plays it into Maluleki, and Maluleki just a cultured ball over the top. And Dias Funchal is in, and he looks like he's going to be a stunning signing for the Ducks. Okay, here we go. 2-2 against Chelsea on the first day of the season. We have some choices here. Do you lock up? Do you park the bus? Or do we go for the win? I think you know now with Aylesbury what we go for. Heartbreak in the last minute. That's what we subscribe ourselves to. We give them another shout of demand more. Oh no, here we go. Chelsea. Oh, there you go. Called it. 3-2 to Chelsea. It just happens. I have to learn from my lesson here. Who wants to shut up shop? No one does. Everyone wants to go for goals. That is what we have made ourselves. We are like the old Newcastle team. We go for goals. 87th minute. Can we get an equaliser, or is it going to end in despair on the first day of the season? Tell you what, 3-2, even though that's a loss, 3-2 away from home, being 2-0 down to come back to it. I'm obviously disappointed that we lost that game, but you know what? That is giving us some hope for next season. This lad right here, Dias Funchal. Remember the name. Oh my God, what a player this guy is going to be. Okay, everybody. Well, the boys did really well, and they're excellent. Their efforts were definitely excellent. Until next time, we'll see how we go into the second season in the Premier League. 3-2 loss away to Chelsea, and you know what? I think we're going to have a fun season with these new players. All right, come on the Ducks.